Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Over the last 5 years or so, I've been making MapleStory videos on YouTube, sharing my progress and my approach to the game. I uploaded my first video in September in 2020 and have since worked on a lot of different characters. I've made multiple classes and challenged myself in different ways to clear and progress through bosses with various restrictions to things like my links and legion, and have since built up an army of characters that are capable of clearing a variety of content ranging from soloing CRA all the way to soloing Black Mage. I have found it difficult to stick with one character at a time to call my main, as I'm sure some of you guys might have noticed. However, there was at least one character that I cherished and put a lot of time and effort into, and that was my Jett. I created my Jett sometime around December 2020 and I declared it as my main. And for about 2.5 years I dedicated most of my efforts into that character all the way up until the class's deletion. By that point, I had managed to clear most of the content that was available at the time, including the newly released boss at the time, Seren. By the end of it all, I was ranked 3rd on the Jett Legacy leaderboards in Reboot based off of experience. After the announcement of the class's deletion, I was given the chance to swap it over onto a different Explorer class. I decided to swap my Jett into a Corsair because at the time it made the most sense to me. After swapping to Corsair, I was actually able to achieve 4th place on the Corsair Punch King rankings, meaning at the time I was actually the 4th strongest Corsair on the server. And not too long after that, I achieved my first official Black Mage solo on my Corsair right before the announcement of 6th job. Soon after, GMS made the announcement that they would be opening a new reboot server named Hyperion, which has since become my home. I only really logged onto my Corsair maybe once a week to carry my friends in some bosses, but otherwise I had pretty much lost all interest in playing in the original server, now named Kronos. Initially, I did try to keep my interests high in Kronos, so then I wouldn't feel like my efforts were wasted on the old Jett main. But of course it's pretty difficult to juggle between two different servers. I even went as far as dropping my original Genesis weapon on the Corsair, job changing it into a Cannon Master, and then re-liberating it as a way to try to stay attached to the character. But judging by the fact that I haven't made an update on this character for almost a year, you can kinda guess how attached I was to the character. Despite this though, I did try to follow through and do most of my weeklies and Black Mage runs in order to liberate the character, and actually along the way my Cannon Master somehow became one of my most completed characters on my whole account. By the time I originally swapped over to Corsair, most of the gear was already 22 star, and there were only a few items left on the character that were missing. To start, I was still missing a Ring of Restraint 4, and I managed to get that ring sometime in July in 2024. This was after carrying a friend through Sea Slime, and it became my first ever Ring of Restraint 4 on my entire account. A few weeks after that, I managed to get a Commanding Force earring drop from Hard Darknail on stream, which was the last Star Forceable pitch item that I was missing. Oh, holy! It actually dropped! Oh my god. That same weekend also happened to be a 5-10-15, and it decided to send the earring to 22. Originally, I was actually going to stop at 21, but with some encouragement from my friend, I opted to go for 22, and the earring did in fact end up going to 22 stars. This completed all of my Star Forceable pitch items except for the new Turtle Control Heart. Again, while carrying some friends, about a month after, I managed to get the badge drop from Black Mage, putting my Cannon Master on 8 set pitch. At this point, I was only missing the Mitra's Rage from Seren and the Total Control Heart from Extreme Lotus that hadn't been released yet. A month after that, I managed to get the second most important ring for Cannon Masters, the Weapon Jump Strength 4. Please, Weapon Jump 4. Please. Please, Weapon Jump 4. Oh, it's a 4! Yes! Yes! I'll never complain again. And to round things off, I completed my liberation on my Cannon Master in December of 2024, and this happened. Holy! What? There's no way. Looking back at all these achievements on the character, I've realized that it has received an insane amount of luck, and it really was just a lot of science for me to go back to Kronos and try to properly progress the character. But to be honest, at the time and even right now, I'm having way more fun making an army of mules in Hyperion and working on those characters in Hyperion. I had no interest in playing any of my Kronos characters, pretty much ever again, until now. GMS has recently made the announcement that they will be allowing for players to world leap or transfer their characters from Kronos over onto Hyperion. In other words, they have given me the opportunity to actually play my original main, a Jett that was forced to be a Corsair and then job changed into a Cannon Master to be reborn again in Hyperion. If this wasn't a sign, then I don't know what is. MapleStory has given me a chance to play my original main again, and I will be trying to push this character as a main over any of the other characters in Hyperion. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to neglect any of my other characters. I promise I will try my best to take care of them. I had originally made my newest Blaze Wizard within the last couple of months with the intention to push it into the endgame, but if Nexon is giving me the chance to basically skip all the long steps to start progressing into the endgame, then I will take it. However, despite its items, I don't think that this journey is going to be particularly fast for me to jump into the latest content. Its items are extremely strong, but I'm still severely lacking in Hexa due to the fact that I barely played this character outside of doing weekly bosses. And for the most part, I didn't really farm on the character after the release of 6th Job. I'll have to farm up all of the fragments again to catch up, and I will also have to do a lot of leveling to be able to even attempt the newest content. Thankfully, with the current gear of the character, it does still allow me to do a lot of the various bridging bosses, such as N Carlos and E Carling. So hopefully my journey towards the endgame isn't too far away. Anyway, with that all said and done, it is time for me to transfer the character across. Farewell, Kronos. You've served me well. It is time for the Cannon Master to enter its new home. And here we go, guys, the moment of truth. Hopefully nothing went wrong here. My character should show up here on the character selection screen. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. It should be on the final page. And there it is. My original main has been sent over from Kronos to Hyperion. Oh, it's so strange seeing this character on this particular character select screen. Let's go ahead and have a look to see if everything transferred over safely. Hopefully nothing's gone missing. Just need to do a few checks here, of course. From what I understand, I should have all of my items across already. Looks like everything made it across safely here. I have all of these items. Let's have a quick look at our drop gear. Looks pretty good. The inventory looks about how I remembered it. Alright, that's pretty good too. And most importantly, the FAMs. Alright, looks like the FAMs also got all brought across, so looks like it's a perfectly good transfer for me. Wonderful. Oh, actually, another thing is, they didn't mention anything about Hexa. Well, unsurprisingly, the Hexa was also dragged across too. And yeah, now I will be in the middle of trying to get a bunch of characters through onto this world as well. I do plan on transferring most of my characters across. I don't really have a reason to keep them on Kronos anymore. And what that will mean for me actually is that I'm going to have a lot of extra bossing characters. It might take me a little bit of time to transfer them all across because there's a lot of different characters and I have to kind of do it one at a time. I also got this Legion Leap box. In hindsight, I probably should have waited a little bit longer because I could have gotten a few more Legion coins out of it. Is that even though I leaped all these across, I don't think I'm supposed to use this right now, if at all, because it says here that it will reset my artifact EXP. I was under the impression that I would just get to keep everything, but unfortunately my current artifact level here in Hyperion is a lot higher. It's at level 50, almost level 51. So looks like I won't be able to use this. Yeah, we'll just leave this for the time being. All those things aside though, it is really nice that I got to bring my character back from Kronos and I got to keep all the things that I have worked on. I cannot wait to see what I can do with this character. I think a lot of it will have to do with me just catching it back up. Like I said, I need to work on my Hexamatrix quite a lot. I don't even have Soul Janus unlocked, which is probably one of the first things I'm going to aim for. And then from here, it's just a matter of slowly working on getting my character stronger. Getting some more levels. I'm currently level 281. I think my general goal with this character is to hit level 285, so then I can give a go at some of the harder bosses, including potentially Chaos Carlos, maybe normal Carling and beyond. It's got a long journey ahead of me, but we'll slowly work our way there. I'm so happy that I got my Jett back, even though it is not a Jett anymore, and I really want to see how far I can take this character. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more from me, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.